Sunday, Alberta Health up here in Canada began releasing a vaccination, or rather immunization record cards or vaccine passports, as some people are calling them. They're just basically an immunization record of your COVID shots that you have had if you had one or both of the recommended shots. I have, and I got mine early that Sunday. So I got the notification with the website. I downloaded it, forwarded the image off to my workplace, and had them print and laminate a business card size of it for me, which I have. And at the same time, we were having a run up to a snap federal election here in Canada to elect the new government. Liberals won again, by the way. Government split between all the different parties appears to be pretty close to the same. No one really lost or gained much power. It was just a big boondoggle and a waste of money, and fuck the libs, fuck the conservatives, all those guys. Anyhow, the point I'm getting at here is I have applied for my name change. And I know for a fact from Alberta Records that the name change was approved and my new birth certificate is on its way with my new name and gender identity, which I'm very happy about, but I haven't received it yet. And of course, I have not received it in time before this damn snap election came up or the health records from Alberta Records were being released. And to make matters worse, I grew up with two names. I have a first name where I'm named after my dad, and then my second name, which is the name my family members always called me, because we were working class and we didn't call our children named after the parental father figure the second or junior. That's just too fucking pretentious, right? Too bourgeois. So yeah, they called me by my second name. So in my head, as far as my male identity has gone, I've always been my second name. But people have always insisted, if they're in positions of authority or these were official records or anything like that, first time meeting me, they would call me by my first name. And this caused me a lot of grief, because I always had to fight to be called by my preferred name. My Alberta health records and my electoral records all have me by my first name. So I'm in the middle of a name change and a gender change, and I'm going through the same exact shit as when I was a kid. I mean, yeah, there's a gender identity added to it, complicating things, but it's still the first name. It's not that I hated my dad or his name. It's just I was not him. I was me, and I'm me now, and it's always that name. It's always that name, and it bugs me more. I mean, people call me by my second name, and I laugh it off. So, okay, you're funny, right? Yeah. But they call me by my first name, and these are just dry, officious records, and I'm incensed. It's like childhood trauma plus all my gender identity issues coming up at the same time, which go back to childhood as well, and it just all comes out, and I mean, the election was one thing. It was one day I got through it. They referred to me as she and her, so I was pleased. I wasn't even wearing any gender identity labels. They just she, her. I was quite happy despite all that. The people at the elections office were quite kind. But I cannot stand to look at my immunization record card. I can't. I just can't look at it. I haven't had to use it yet. I don't need to use it where I work because we have no. We're not making people. Now's a term. We're not going to have a non-mask environment. So, unless you're having a non-mask environment where I work, you would have to have people would have to show their records, and it's bad enough when people have to wear masks and they go pissy and then they storm out of the building complaining what a bunch of idiots we are and how we're losing our business. Meanwhile, we're burgeoning with customers. It's pretty insane. But that's besides the point. I haven't had used a card, and I don't know if I'm going to go anywhere where I have to use it until I get my birth certificate so I can get this health record name changed, which means I have to get a new card, get that printed and laminated. I don't know how long this will take. And so I don't know if I'm going to be going out anywhere, even if it's safe to, or to places that are safe to, even though I have the record. I just can't stand it. I really can't. I look at that card and I see my first name. If it were my second name, it'd be a laugh. It'd be a lark. Ha 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 ha. I find that fucking hilarious. I don't know why. Maybe because I fought to be called that name for so long. I still have an. I still kind of like it. If that makes any sense. I fought to be called that name for so long. I like it. I prefer my new name now, but I kind of still I have a fondness for it, rather, right? I have a fondness for my second name, but I don't have for my first name. I still have my first name. It's just been relegated to second name position, and it's been feminized because I was named after my dad, and I do love my dad, but I don't want to be called my dad's name. I never have, and I resent it. And yeah. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. Anyone who's ever had to live with two names or gone through a name change, and trans people in particular, are going to understand that part, I'm sure. It's just, yeah. It's just that first name. It's all good, I suppose. Yeah. If there's anybody I ever misnamed in my past, you ever see this video, and I haven't apologized to you yet, I'm sorry.